Pause yourself right here and allow every word I'm about to speak to reach you without interruption, because what you're about to uncover will completely rebuild the way you perceive your own destiny. Just 72 hours ago, a messenger from realms, far higher than the ones mortals usually sense, did something unseen for nearly 3,000 years. It descended with one purpose: to deliver confirmation about you, not about humanity as a whole, not about a collective energy group, but about your individual existence. And what this radiant being affirmed concerning your inevitable evolution is about to silence every lingering question you've carried about whether divine intention truly rests upon your life. Because here is the truth powerful enough to stop you in your tracks. A cosmic decree already exists, describing exactly who you are becoming. Not a possibility, not a dream, not a potential version of yourself that may or may not unfold. A certainty etched into celestial archives that not even the vastness of the universes combined can alter. And that messenger revealed that this transformation has already begun within you. It cannot be paused. It cannot be undone. It cannot be disrupted by enemies, painful seasons, or even the shadows of your own uncertainty. There is a monumental difference between wishing you could become someone greater and knowing, with absolute and irrefutable clarity, that the process has already taken hold. And that reality has now been authenticated by an angel, whose nature makes deception impossible. Subscribe to this channel immediately and activate every notification, because what I'm about to disclose concerning the heavenly confirmation of your destiny is being quietly obstructed, so that chosen ones like you never grasp the full magnitude of what they are rising into. Stay with me through the entire message, because I'm going to reveal exactly which celestial being affirmed this, what it said about you specifically, why your transformation cannot fail, and when you will witness the complete physical unfolding of what is already taking shape within you. Write 777 in the comments if, in recent days, you've sensed shifts happening inside you, shifts you cannot control, yet you know they are leading you somewhere extraordinary, and you are ready for the overwhelming heavenly confirmation. Now let's return to an event from 6 months ago. Something occurred in higher dimensions that triggered an investigative protocol reserved only for moments when a chosen individual reaches a decisive threshold in their evolution. A being from the hierarchy known for overseeing miracles and supernatural metamorphosis on the earthly plane received a direct commission: examine whether your spiritual progression had reached the stage where final transformation could be officially validated. Because here is the part you were never aware of. Destined transformations are not confirmed until the soul proves, repeatedly and consistently, that it has chosen alignment without allowing detours. The universe waits for unmistakable evidence of genuine devotion before marking a destiny as irreversible. And for 6 entire months, that angel observed you, not casually, not distantly, but with an intensity that recorded every decision you made, every temptation you stepped over, every moment where you chose purity even when corruption presented itself as the easy path. It studied the moments where no human eye was watching, when you could have concealed the truth but chose honesty, when you had every reason to strike back at someone who wronged you, yet you chose mercy instead, when defeat should have ended your progress, but you rose again with trembling hands and unwavering determination. It even noted the small interactions, the way you handled a server who treated you poorly, your response when someone vulnerable sought your help despite your discomfort, the moment you could have stolen credit for work that wasn't yours and walked away unnoticed. Each small decision that most overlook revealed the true substance of your character. But what stunned the angel the most was your consistency. You didn't behave nobly because you felt inspired. You didn't act with integrity only when others were around to witness it. You upheld your principles even on days where the weight of darkness would have excused a moment of compromise. Each action was recorded in a spiritual dossier, an ever-growing collection of evidence, demonstrating that your inner world had matured enough to carry the transformation written for you. Because divine evolutions are not gifts offered to those who merely desire change. They are breakthroughs, granted to those who have already undergone the internal shift, required before the outer reality manifests. And after 6 months of watching you with unwavering attention, the angel reached a conclusion that left it in awe. This chosen one didn't just reach the minimum threshold, they rose far beyond it. Exactly 72 hours ago, this angel presented a complete dossier to the Celestial Council of Higher Authorities. 300 pages detailing every layer of your character, every behavioral pattern, every spiritual advancement witnessed. And the final conclusion was strikingly clear. This chosen one has reached the irreversible stage of transformation. I recommend full confirmation of destiny and the initiation of the accelerated manifestation sequence. Irreversible means you have arrived at a point where turning back is no longer an option. Even if you attempted to return to who you once were, your frequency has shifted so profoundly that you no longer fit inside your old identity. It would be like expecting a butterfly to willingly force itself back into the shell of a caterpillar. Your inner structure has already rebuilt itself. Going backward would hurt more than moving forward. The report listed specific evidence proving your readiness. The first, your renewed ability to overcome temptations that once dismantled you. Circumstances that would have destroyed you long ago hardly disturb you now. Not because you've become numb, but because you've elevated beyond the frequency where those situations hold any influence over you. The angel documented a moment from 3 months ago when you encountered the exact same pattern of temptation that defeated you 5 years earlier. Same trap, same energy. Yet your response was entirely different. Where before you collapsed instantly, now you felt no real pull toward it. That was proof of authentic transformation, not temporary discipline. The second evidence, your ability to maintain internal serenity during external disorder. While chaos unfolded around you, you stayed aligned, not pretending to be calm, but genuinely operating from a vibration that surpasses ordinary emotional storms. The angel noted that 2 months ago, you faced a crisis that would have shattered the old version of you, yet you held a clarity you yourself could barely explain. You acknowledged the seriousness of the situation, but you refused to let it dictate your inner state. That is a mark of advanced spiritual maturity. The third evidence, the evolution in how you treat others. You no longer respond from wounded ego. You answer from understanding, seeing beyond surface-level offenses. Your forgiveness is not weakness, it is wisdom. 4 months ago, someone publicly betrayed you. The former version of you would have plotted revenge, but the current version felt only compassion for the kind of pain that drives a person to such behavior. You released the hurt without needing a long process, and that deeply moved the angel. The fourth evidence, your relationship with material provision. You no longer operate from scarcity or desperation. You trust that the universe will supply what is needed. And ironically, the trust is drawing abundance to you more easily than your old anxiety ever did. The angel observed how you rejected a financial opportunity a month and a half ago, sensing that it required you to betray your principles. And 3 weeks later, a better opportunity emerged on its own, proving you are now functioning from true faith, not empty affirmations. And the fifth, perhaps the most powerful, your direct connection with higher realms. You no longer rely on intermediaries to access divine wisdom. You receive guidance directly. You receive insight without needing anyone to interpret it for you. You move through life guided by an inner awareness that rises far beyond ordinary reasoning. There have been moments when truth simply appeared in your mind without warning. Moments where you knew something before you even understood why the thought came. Times when the right response formed itself inside you before the question had finished unfolding. Times when intuition pierced through every layer of confusion with such accuracy it startled you. That is direct connection at work within you. Those 5 demonstrations were enough to prove your evolution isn't an idea you're hoping to reach someday. It's a present reality unfolding step by step. And then something extraordinary occurred within your personal spiritual timeline. The High Celestial Council, composed of archangels and seraphim who oversee the progression of souls, chosen for purposeful missions, examined the entire record. After a deliberation lasting the equivalent of 72 hours in divine time, they released an official proclamation. We affirm that this chosen one will fully and inevitably become all they were, designed to be before their first breath. We authorize the immediate acceleration of their final metamorphosis. We activate full protection from any interference, and we confirm that within a designated period, physical manifestation will be complete. This was not a suggestion, not a possibility. It was an official decree weighted with the force of unbreakable cosmic law. Such a decree is issued only when a soul has proven beyond all doubt that its commitment to transformation is absolute. It cannot be given based on what might happen someday. It is granted only when undeniable evidence shows sustained change. And the most astonishing part is that the decree included a precise window of time. You will not remain in endless transformation. There is a defined moment when everything within you will crystallize into visible reality, so apparent that no one around you will be able to question it. The decree outlined 3 stages of manifestation. Phase 1 is complete internal awakening. Within 6 months, you will experience a level of clarity about your purpose that you have never felt before. It will not come as vague impressions. It will be precise, undeniable knowledge of what you were created to do and the next steps required. Phase 2 is the external shift. Within 12 months, your outer world will begin reflecting the inner change. Relationships, opportunities, even your physical environment will rearrange themselves to match the person you are becoming. Resisting those shifts will cause more pain than surrendering to them. Phase 3 is full manifestation. Within 18 months at the latest, your transformation will be so tangible and so externally visible that even those who mocked your journey will have no choice but to acknowledge that something beyond the natural world is moving through your life. Within that same time frame, you will witness the outer expression of the identity forming inside you now. And when it happens, even the most skeptical people will recognize that higher forces have marked your path. But the confirmation didn't end with the decree. The same angel who observed your life for 6 uninterrupted months requested permission to do something extraordinary. Something allowed only in rare circumstances. For those who desire deeper understanding, details appear in the description and pinned comment. This being asked to deliver a direct message to your soul, not through symbols, not through intermediaries, but in a form your inner being could absorb without distortion. And 72 hours ago, while your body rested, that angel came to you in the astral realms, where the barrier between dimensions thins for brief moments. Do you recall the vivid dream from 3 nights ago? It was not a dream at all. It was a genuine meeting with the celestial presence assigned to you, a being who came to personally confirm the transformation taking root in your life. The encounter began with the angel revealing the essence of its identity. It didn't speak a name the human mind could repeat, because angelic names resonate on frequencies that the physical brain cannot translate. Instead, it allowed you to sense the nature of its authority, the energy of a being responsible for miraculous shifts that override ordinary rules. And then it delivered 3 visions intended to prepare you for what lies ahead. The first vision showed you a future version of yourself moving with a spiritual authority you cannot yet fully comprehend. You saw yourself speaking, and people transforming instantly simply by being in your presence. You saw yourself restoring situations that looked beyond repair. You witnessed yourself serving as a vessel for manifestations that defy natural explanation. These were not inflated fantasies. They were previews of a timeline already sealed, glimpses of a future as certain as a film, trailer for a release that is already scheduled. In the vision you saw details where you would stand, the people who would walk with you, the profound peace you would carry even while doing things that presently feel impossible. And you felt the vibration of that future self, recognizing that its presence is already awakening inside you. The second vision revealed the specific challenges that will attempt to stand in your way in the coming months. It showed you individuals who will try to weaken your certainty, circumstances designed to test your endurance, days where the progress you expect will feel unreachable. But it revealed something even more important. None of these challenges possess the power to stop you. They are final tests before completion, final examinations before a graduation already guaranteed. In this vision, you saw three main temptations approaching you. The first temptation appeared as a flawless opportunity that will subtly invite you to compromise your integrity. It will look like the breakthrough you've been waiting for. Rejecting it will require tremendous trust, the kind of trust that believes something greater is coming. But the decree assures, if you refuse it, a truly perfect opportunity will appear within 90 days. The second temptation will come through a relationship, offering everything your ego longs for, yet your soul knows it is a trap. It will feel like the answer to loneliness, but accepting it would delay your transformation for years. The decree confirmed, if you walk away, genuine connection will arrive once your transformation reaches completion. The third temptation will occur during a moment of deep crisis, when giving up feels like the only reasonable choice. Every visible sign will say that continuing forward is foolish. But the decree promised, if you endure for just 30 days beyond the moment you nearly break, an impossible breakthrough will unfold. And then came the third vision, the most unsettling. It showed you the life you would have lived if you had chosen comfort over purpose. You witnessed a version of yourself who surrendered to easy temptations, who rejected the path of growth, who traded destiny for convenience. That alternate self lived a life that appeared smooth on the surface, but was hollow beneath it. You saw a future filled with material ease, but spiritual emptiness. You saw the regret that would have consumed you at the end of that life for not having the courage to rise into your true identity. That version possessed everything the ego craves: effortless wealth, shallow companionship, external approval, but lacked the radiance your current self carries even in your most difficult moments. And after these three visions, the angel spoke to you in a way your soul understood perfectly. Even if your waking mind cannot recall every word, you made the right choice. And because you chose the path aligned with your purpose, your transformation is now confirmed as irreversible. Nothing can stop it now, except the choice to betray your own evolution. And your frequency is being monitored every step of the way. We already know you won't turn away from the path. But the question still rising inside you is simple and burning. What exactly are you evolving into? The angel was clear when it showed you. And even though the way it will unfold in your life will be unique to you alone, there is a shared movement among all beings who reach this threshold. You will grow into a living force of spiritual authority. This does not mean you will carry a religious title or stand inside an institution. It means your very existence will emit a resonance, powerful enough to shift the atmosphere around you. When you cross a doorway, the energy of the space will shift instantly, not because you seek recognition, but because the vibration flowing from you is now so refined that everything around you must either rise to meet it or fall away completely. People will respond to you in one of three ways. The first is an inexplicable pull, a magnetic attraction that draws evolving souls toward you. Those who are ready for growth will find themselves trusting you, without logically understanding why. They will turn to you for clarity. Seek your perception before making significant choices, and when you speak, your words will sink directly into their being, because you won't be speaking from human speculation, but from a higher knowing flowing straight through you. You have already noticed small signs of this. You've seen strangers confess truths to you they have never told anyone. You've watched people come to you for advice, even while others with more credentials stand nearby. This will multiply far beyond what you can imagine. The second reaction will be profound unease. Individuals who operate from distortion or deception will feel so unsettled in your presence that they will create excuses to distance themselves. You won't intimidate them through force. It will simply be that your honesty reveals everything. they've been trying to hide from themselves. Without saying anything, you will show them the truth they would rather avoid. And in an attempt to protect their ego, some will attempt to discredit you. But every attack will expose the fear of the one attacking rather than anything about you. And the third reaction will be immediate transformation that overwhelms even those who experience it. Some will undergo sudden breakthroughs just by standing near you. The frequency inside you will awaken dormant parts of them that have been waiting for the right spark. You will become that spark without even intending to. There will be people who, after only a few minutes speaking with you, will make decisions that redirect the entire course of their lives. They will walk away from destructive environments. They will release relationships that were draining their soul. They will revive purposes they buried long ago. And when asked what changed, they will simply say that something in your presence made them see what was possible. You will embody a current through which miracles move. It does not mean you will perform theatrical wonders. It means impossibilities will unravel when you get involved. Situations with no apparent solution will suddenly open. People will witness uncanny synchronicities after interacting with you. You already sense this beginning, how answers appear when you step in, how shifts happen when you pray, how clarity emerges when you speak. This will strengthen until what others call miracles becomes the rhythm of your everyday life. You will also carry a light that cannot be put out. No matter what shadow confronts you, the radiance inside you won't extinguish. People will notice that even in your lowest moments, you hold a glow that most cannot access even on their highest days. And in time, you will move as a bridge between realms, navigating the physical and the spiritual with a fluidity few ever reach. Insights will reach you directly from higher realms. You will perceive patterns invisible to others. You will recognize truths that have no logical source. Yet this transformation will not unfold only in spirit. It comes with physical evidence that your evolution is active. The angel revealed that 7 tangible signs will rise as the change deepens. You will notice your sleep shifting, waking from less rest with more clarity, or slipping into dreams so vivid they feel more real than waking consciousness. This happens because higher dimensions are becoming easier for you to access. Your sensitivity to energies will heighten. Environments you once tolerated will feel impossible to remain in. People whose presence was once pleasant may suddenly exhaust you. Foods you enjoyed will no longer match the frequency of your changing body. This is not fussiness. It is your physical form adjusting to the transformation of your inner field. Numbers will begin appearing in patterns too, consistent to ignore. 1111, 333, 444, markers that the universe is aligning you with the pace of your evolution. Subtle shifts will appear in the way you look. Others will notice changes they cannot describe. Some will say you seem younger, others that something luminous surrounds you. The inner shift will start imprinting itself outward. Your ability to manifest will accelerate. Thoughts will take shape with unusual speed. Desires will crystallize faster than you expect, because the delay between intention and expression shrinks. As your frequency climbs, you will experience moments of joy or serenity that appear without cause, arising from a depth your conscious mind hasn't yet caught up with. And you will feel watched over by a loving presence, an unseen awareness that follows you with gentleness. This isn't imagination. It is your sensitivity waking up to celestial guardians who ensure your ascension completes. But the angel did not soften the truth many teachings avoid. Transformation demands a cost, and you must be willing to meet it. One cost is temporary solitude that expands before it eases. As your energy rises, many relationships simply won't survive. The distance between who you are becoming and who they remain. Not because you grow arrogant, but because superficial talk, emotional theatrics, and patterns rooted in dependency will no longer resonate with you. People familiar to you will begin to feel foreign. Places that once comforted you will feel hollow. And during this period, you will face a loneliness so deep it will test whether you are committed to becoming the person you are meant to be, or whether spirituality was merely an escape. The angel made it clear, between the 9th and 12th month, the solitude will peak. This is the final threshold before your true circle arrives. Many chosen ones collapse at this stage because the silence feels unbearable. But if you endure, what follows will make the pain feel small in comparison. And that loneliness will eventually dissolve because, once your transformation anchors, you will naturally attract souls vibrating at the same height. Authentic connections will arise, relationships so aligned that everything you once tolerated will seem shallow in comparison. Another cost is the rise of responsibility. Power multiplies responsibility. When you step into spiritual authority, every word carries weight. Every choice influences those who look to you. You can no longer act thoughtlessly because your presence shapes others whether you intend to or not. Some regress when they feel the heaviness of that weight, choosing the safety of invisibility over the responsibility of leadership. And the universe allows them to remain where they are. But you will not fall back, because your character has already been refined enough to trust that you will use what you carry with integrity. Another cost is that compromise will become impossible. You will not be able to trade truth for acceptance, or pretend agreement to avoid conflict, or tolerate injustice quietly when silence would betray your soul. Your integrity will become so unwavering that you will choose loss over self-betrayal. And strangely, that uncompromising truthfulness will attract opportunities that you could never have, obtained through compromise. And one final cost is surrendering control of how your transformation unfolds. You may see the destination clearly, but the path toward it will rarely align with logic. You will have to trust guidance that leads you through turns your mind cannot explain. This will require the death of the ego's need to control every outcome. But the angel did not leave you unsupported. With the confirmation of your inevitable evolution, a protection protocol was activated, one that ensures you will reach your destiny without being shattered along the way. After the decree was etched into the cosmic records, the Celestial Council assigned a dedicated host of guardians, whose sole purpose is to ensure no interference touches your transformation. Not one, not two, but an entire constellation of beings whose presence alone guarantees your evolution cannot be disrupted. The first layer of protection creates an automatic barrier against any spiritual attack. Any curses, manipulations, or harmful energies aimed at you now rebound sevenfold upon their source. You do not need to lift a finger or even consciously defend yourself. The shield hums invisibly on frequencies beyond human perception, and you have likely felt its subtle effect even without understanding why. Those who once sought to harm you now face sudden collapses in the constructs they thought would succeed. The situations they manipulated against you collapse on themselves, not by your hand, but by the invisible orchestration of angelic intervention. The angel shared specifics. Someone who sought to harm you 4 months ago experienced a complete financial unraveling within 7 days, a setback from which they still struggle to recover. This was not random justice, it was protection in action. Another layer of safeguarding ensures false opportunities never tempt you. Deals or offers that might lure you away from your destined path either never arrive or are met with instinctive refusal. Doors that appear promising but conceal dead ends will close themselves. You have felt this before. Something seemed perfect on paper, yet an internal voice whispered no. And later you discovered you were being shielded from a trap. Meanwhile, alignment is accelerated. Doors that match your purpose swing open effortlessly. The right people appear at precisely the correct moment. Guidance, resources, and knowledge flow exactly when required, as if the universe is anticipating your every step. And beyond these measures lies intervention in critical moments. When circumstances threaten the success of your transformation, celestial beings step in directly. Their assistance may not always be obvious in the moment, but later you will see that improbable coincidences, miraculous outcomes, and uncanny timing were orchestrated to preserve your path. The angel revealed that within the next 18 months, 3 pivotal crises will appear. Each one will seem catastrophic, yet divine intervention will steer you through, leaving results that defy explanation. The first emerges in 5 months, the second in 11, the third in 16, and after the final moment, transformation will be complete. Yet there is a warning. Those who opposed you have sensed the shift. Attacks that once provoked fear, doubt, and despair now fail to penetrate. Their previous leverage is gone. Each failed attempt only amplifies their confusion and fear, and some have glimpsed the consequences of defying the divine. Protection surrounding you. They have been visited by celestial warning in dreams, shown futures where their insistence on destruction results in their own collapse, loss, and isolation. They now face a choice: to retreat or to persist and experience the full weight of celestial justice. Some will withdraw silently, driven by fear, while others, consumed by pride, will continue, only to face spectacular consequences that serve as lessons to all who might challenge the protected. The angel was precise. 3 primary adversaries exist. One will retreat within 2 months, the second within 4, and the third, fueled by pride, will experience such public downfall within 13 months that it will stand as a warning to anyone who dares interfere with a chosen soul under divine protection. The celestial decree also revealed the complete timeline of your transformation. Within 18 months, your internal evolution will manifest in physical reality beyond doubt. Not that life will be flawless, but who you truly are will be so evident that neither you nor anyone else can deny the forces at work. Within 3 months, clarity will appear one step, so obvious it will awaken, a cascade of synchronized events. Within 6 months, the first major manifestation arrives. Long-sought opportunities, connections, or breakthroughs previously thought impossible will present themselves, confirming the unmistakable hand of the universe. At 9 months, you will face the loneliness test. The shadow before dawn, but endurance, will accelerate your growth. Within a year, your social circles will transform naturally. Old relationships will fade, and new ones will rise effortlessly, aligning with your evolving frequency. By 15 months, abundance will flow, providing precisely what is required for the next stage of your mission. And at 18 months, your transformation will be undeniable. Those who knew you before will scarcely recognize the energy radiating from you. Even static memories like photographs will seem to capture someone entirely different. Yet the timeline depends on your choices. Every decision either speeds or delays manifestation. Transformation is unavoidable, but the pace rests in your hands. The angel was clear. Consistency in choice ensures the acceleration of destiny. Chosen one, now you understand the celestial confirmation of your inevitable evolution. This is no vague possibility. It is absolute certainty, recorded and verified by authorities beyond deception. While you lived an ordinary life, questioning purpose, angels were documenting your path for 6 months, confirming your point of no return, and officially declaring that within a maximum of 18 months, the physical evidence of your transformation will be undeniable. The angel, having observed you meticulously, risked protocol to visit you directly, offering visions that validated your choices, affirmed the support of higher forces, and guaranteed your success. A squadron of celestial guardians is now assigned to you. They block attacks, divert false opportunities, accelerate aligned synchronicities, and intervene at critical moments, all because your character has proven trustworthy to carry what is coming. Because consistency showed you will not betray the gifts entrusted to you under pressure. If this message stirs something deep within, if chills run through your body or tears arise without reason, it is because your highest frequency is recognizing absolute truth. You feel angelic confirmation resonating within you. Transformation is not merely probable, it is inevitable. Within a maximum of 18 months, you will stand as the fully manifested version of who you are already becoming. For those ready to deepen this knowledge, to accelerate manifestation consciously, exclusive material is available. A complete guide with audiobook and 5-minute meditation bonus, costing less than a simple meal. Accessible through the description and pinned comment. If your soul acknowledges the angelic confirmation of your destiny, write 777 in the comments to amplify your frequency and invite synchronicities that hasten the realization of what is promised. Subscribe and activate all notifications to receive continued revelations about how celestial confirmations materialize on the earthly plane. Share this with others you know are walking a similar path. For chosen ones thrive when confirmation flows. And before leaving, click the video appearing now to witness the signs. Your transformation is already in motion, and discover the manifestations that affirm the angelic decree. Together, aligned in awareness, we are stronger.